The origins of the Knights Templar trace back to the early 12th century, amidst the aftermath of the First Crusade, 1096 to 1099. Following the capture of Jerusalem in 1099, thousands of Christian pilgrims began traveling to the Holy Land to visit sacred sites. However, the journey was perilous, with travelers facing threats from bandits and hostile forces along the way. It was in response to these dangers that the Knights Templar were founded in 1119 by a French nobleman, Hugues de Payens, and 8 other knights. Initially known as the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and the Temple of Solomon, the Templars derived their name from their headquarters near the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. This location was believed to be the site of the biblical Temple of Solomon, lending the order an aura of divine purpose and historical significance. Despite their humble beginnings, the Templars quickly garnered support from influential figures in both religious and secular spheres. The turning point for the Knights Templar came in 1129 at the Council of Troyes. This ecclesiastical assembly, convened in the Champagne region of France, officially recognized the Templar order. Key figures such as Bernard of Clairvaux, a leading Cistercian monk and influential theologian, championed their cause. With papal backing and growing public support, the Templars began to amass significant wealth and resources. Donations from nobles and monarchs poured in, ranging from land and castles to gold and livestock. These measures allowed the Templars to operate with remarkable autonomy, answering only to the Pope himself. As their influence grew, the Templars expanded their operations beyond the Holy Land. They established a vast network of preceptories and commanderies across Europe, serving as administrative centers and training grounds for new recruits. This system not only facilitated safer travel, but also cemented the Templars' reputation as trustworthy custodians of wealth. By the mid-12th century, the Knights Templar had become a formidable force, both militarily and economically. Their knights, clad in distinctive white mantles adorned with red crosses, symbolized purity and sacrifice. Meanwhile, their financial acumen and extensive landholdings made them one of the most powerful institutions in medieval Europe. Prominent figures of the time often sought alliances with the Templars. Kings, princes, and nobles viewed them as valuable allies in both warfare and diplomacy. For instance, King Baldwin II of Jerusalem granted them the use of the Temple Mount, solidifying their presence in the Holy Land. The Templars' rise to prominence was not without challenges. They faced criticism from some quarters, particularly from those who viewed their growing power with suspicion. However, their unwavering commitment to their mission and their close ties to the Church allowed them to weather these criticisms and continue their ascent. By the late 12th century, the Knights Templar had become a symbol of Christian unity and resilience, embodying the ideals of faith, loyalty, and courage. In less than a century, the Knights Templar had transformed from a small band of knights into one of the most influential organizations in medieval history. Their rise laid the foundation for their pivotal role in the Crusades and their eventual entanglement in the political and religious upheavals that would lead to their downfall. This remarkable journey, marked by dedication, ingenuity, and ambition, remains a testament to the enduring allure of the Templar legacy. The Knights Templar played a pivotal role in the Crusades, becoming one of the most formidable military and religious orders in medieval history. Their involvement in the Crusades began shortly after their founding in 1119 and extended throughout the 12th and 13th centuries as they fought to protect Christian interests in the Holy Land and beyond. The Templars' reputation as elite warriors emerged during the Second Crusade, 1147 to 1149, a campaign initiated by European monarchs in response to the fall of Edessa to Muslim forces in 1144. The Templars, already renowned for their discipline and martial prowess, were called upon to defend the Kingdom of Jerusalem and other Crusader states. They distinguished themselves in key battles, such as the Siege of Damascus in 1148, where they fought valiantly despite the campaign's ultimate failure. During the reign of King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, the Templars played a crucial role in defending the Crusader states from the growing threat posed by Saladin, the Sultan of Egypt and Syria. Baldwin, often referred to as the Leper King, relied heavily on the Templars due to his declining health and the limited resources of his kingdom. The Templars proved instrumental in several key engagements, including the Battle of Montcassard in 1177. In this battle, a Templar-led force of approximately 500 knights and soldiers launched a daring attack against Saladin's much larger army, achieving a decisive victory that temporarily halted Saladin's advances. The Templars' role in the defense of Christian territories became even more critical following the fall of Jerusalem to Saladin in 1187, a catastrophic event for the Crusader states. The Battle of Hattin, fought earlier that year, marked a turning point in the Crusades. The Templars, alongside their counterparts in the Knights Hospitaller, bore the brunt of the fighting against Saladin's forces. Despite their courage and determination, the Crusaders suffered a devastating defeat, with many Templar knights captured or killed. Their Grand Master, Gerard de Ridefort, was among those taken prisoner. The Third Crusade, led by iconic figures such as Richard the Lionheart of England, Philip II of France, and Holy Roman Emperor Frederick Barbarossa, saw the Templars take on a prominent role. Richard, in particular, formed a close alliance with the Templars, relying on their military expertise and knowledge of the region. At Arsuf, the Templars' disciplined cavalry charge played a key role in securing a decisive victory for the Crusaders, bolstering their efforts to reclaim lost territories. The Templars continued to be at the forefront of subsequent crusades, including the Fifth Crusade, 1217 to 1221, and the Seventh Crusade, 1248 to 1254. During these campaigns, they participated in sieges and battles across the Levant, Egypt, and even North Africa. Their unwavering commitment to the Crusader cause, however, came at a great cost. The Templars suffered heavy casualties over the decades, and the resources required to sustain their military campaigns placed a strain on their order. By the late 13th century, the Crusader states were in decline, facing relentless pressure from the Mamluk Sultanate under leaders such as Sultan Baybars. The Templars' strongholds, including their iconic castles like Croc de Chevaliers and the Fortress of Acre, became last bastions of resistance against the advancing Muslim forces. Their Grand Master at the time, Thibaut Gaudin, led a desperate retreat to Cyprus, where the remnants of the order regrouped. The loss of Acre signified the end of the Crusader states and the Templars' role as defenders of the Holy Land. Nevertheless, their legacy as warrior monks who combined religious devotion with military discipline endured. The Templars' contributions to the Crusades were instrumental in shaping the course of medieval history, leaving an indelible mark on the Christian and Muslim worlds alike. As the Crusades drew to a close, the Templars faced new challenges, transitioning from their role as battlefield guardians to managing their vast network of European estates and financial operations. Their prominence in the Crusades had established them as one of the most powerful and enigmatic organizations of the medieval period, setting the stage for the dramatic events that would lead to their downfall in the early 14th century. By the early 14th century, the Knights Templar had reached the zenith of their power, amassing immense wealth, influence, and an extensive network of estates across Europe. However, their very success would prove to be their undoing. The downfall of the Templars unfolded in a dramatic series of events that began with political intrigue and culminated in the dissolution of the order. The downfall of the Templars unfolded in a dramatic series of events that began with political intrigue and culminated in the dissolution of the order. The catalyst for their downfall was King Philip IV of France, also known as Philip the Fair. Struggling with crippling debts due to his wars with England and his lavish lifestyle, Philip sought a way to replenish his treasury. The Templars, with their vast financial resources and independence, became a prime target. On October 13, 1307, Philip launched a coordinated attack on the Templars. Acting on secret orders, his officials arrested hundreds of Templars across France, including their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay. The arrested Templars were subjected to brutal interrogations and torture, leading many to confess under duress to crimes they had not committed. The trials of the Templars caused a sensation across Europe, drawing the attention of Pope Clement V. Initially reluctant to act against the order, Clement eventually succumbed to Philip's pressure. In 1312, under the Council of Vienne, Clement issued the papal bull Vox in Excelso, officially dissolving the Knights Templar. The final act of the Templars' downfall came in 1314, when Jacques de Molay and other senior members of the order were executed. De Molay, who had recanted his earlier confessions, was burned at the stake in Paris. According to legend, as the flames consumed him, he proclaimed the innocence of the Templars and cursed both Philip and Clement, predicting their deaths within a year. The dissolution of the Knights Templar marked the end of their formal existence, but their legacy endured. Myths and legends about the Templars' hidden treasures, secret knowledge, and continued existence have persisted for centuries, captivating the imaginations of historians, writers, and conspiracy theorists alike. From the Holy Grail to the origins of modern Freemasonry, the Templars' story remains shrouded in mystery, ensuring their place as one of history's most enigmatic organizations.